Hello all my crafty friends. So today we are going to be playing on Procreate. This is the second try for this video. Let me show you guys what we are doing. So I did a video to do this and I did it a while back and I was trying to do the voiceover and yeah, that was a joke. So we are going to make some butterflies. So I go up to gallery and these are all my butterflies that I do. So what I do is I use paper, which is 11 by 8.5. And I'm just use my fingers. You can make this big or small. And the first thing I'm going to do is insert a photo. And, I'm going to pick one of these Harry Potter photos that I took. Let's do this one just because. Okay, so I want it a little bigger, and now I'm gonna get a butterfly. Let's take this one. So I'm gonna make this butterfly bigger, and it will get it won't be this big when we work on it. So I'm going into my layers and I want the photo on top of the butterfly, and that's going to hide the butterfly. And then I'm going to go here and I'm going to go, oops, that was not what I wanted. So I'm going to go to clip masking, and then I'm going to highlight, see how that blue is highlighted, that layer? You want that. So I'm going to highlight the butterfly. I'm going to do this little arrow button, and that allows me to move it around and see where I want. And see how it's going over? That means it's not in this little part. It's not in the photo. So I think I'm going to go with right here. And then what I do is I squish these two together, and there I have my butterfly. So I'm going to duplicate it a few times. And then I'm going to hit this little X button, and that's going to hide those butterflies. So now we're going to go to here, and I'm going to make this butterfly a little, we're going to keep it big for purposes for this. Okay, I'm going to go back up here, and I'm going to pick another photo background, and I think I'm going to do this one. That gives me a little Hogwarts feel. So this little arrow lets you move it around, and that's what we want. So now that the butterfly is completely covered, we are going to hit that clipping mask button again. So I'm going to go to erase tool, and I want, this is your, whether it's a dark or light, or I can't even pronounce the name, sorry. And this is for how big your thing is, your brush. Okay, so we want this light opacity, I think I'm saying, anyhow. So what you're going to do is just erase some of this. I want this up a little bit more. So I'm just going to, let's erase right there. Let's erase some right there. And we're going to erase some right there. And you're really not going to see a whole lot of the background if you don't want it. But now I'm going to go to this little end button, and I'm going to make this layer lighter by going over. And here, let me squish this over. Okay, so as you can see, it gets lighter, it gets darker, whichever way you want. And I want this lighter. I'm going to use this for but see how the little areas that I did highlight and erase, those are lighter. Okay, so we're going to do that. I'm making a Harry Potter journal for a friend, and this is, I'm going to make some flowers to go with it. All right, so now some butterflies to go with it. Flowers, oh my gosh, my brain's fried. I'm just looking to see what I want, what else I would like on here. And I think what I'm gonna do is go into here, and I just bought a bunch of different things, and I'm gonna add some lace. These are different brushes and stuff that you can buy. And I'm gonna go with this color and see how I like that. And so I'm on this layer, so I'm going to build a new layer, and then we are going to, yeah, it's very light, which is just fine. Let me see if I can get it a little darker up there. So now what we're going to do is you want to mask it like you did before. And now it's just another layer on top of it. So now I'm going to take some, I bought a old handwriting. So this is just old handwriting. So fun. And I'm going to turn on my black. And I want this in a separate layer, so I'm going to open up a new layer, and and I want some right there and right there. Okay, so now I'm going to clip that again, mask it. There we go. Very cute. Now you can leave this the way it is or add more. And I'm going to add a pumpkin just for the fun of it. Or maybe not. I wonder if I have an owl in here. I don't want a squirrel. Okay, maybe not. We are going to just, I think we're going to just leave this the way it is. This one. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is squish all these layers together, and that makes your butterfly. I'm hiding that layer, but first I'm going to make it smaller and move it to the side. Now I'm hiding that, pulling up a new one. We want to be working on this, so I'm going to add another photo, and this time I'm going to do a text. No, it's right above it. We're going to clip it like before, and I'm going to erase like before. But this time, we are going, I just want that Hogwarts right there. There we go. Okay, I'm leaving it like that. And now I'm going to insert some flowers. Let's see if I can find some flowers. There we go. So I'm going to make this smaller. And I always like this doubled, so I like 2 or 3, but today we are just going with a bunch of 2s. So I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to make this a little bigger. Flip it around. And go right like this. And then I like where that one is, and we are going to mask them. And there we go. It's like the perfect shape of the. So now what I'm going to do is go in, and a lot of these photos are either ones I've taken or I've gotten off of Graphic Fairy. So I'm going to take this, which is just a writing. See how it's already there because I inserted it right between these. Just kind of went, and I like that. So there's your other butterfly. If you see the difference in these, this one has a lot more of the photo showing through. This one just has a little bit. It just adds texture to it. So now we're going to hide these and do one more. So I think what I want to do is, let's add this grungy. And see how it's behind? It's because it is behind that picture. So we want to move that on top and then highlight that again. So it'll probably be easier just to have it that way. There we go. Now we're going to mask. Now this time, I'm not going to use that erase tool. I'm just going to do this and get a little bit of that showing. So I'm going to go to here and I'm going to grab some music sheet this time. Here we go. And I just want a little bit over here and a little bit right over here. And now we're going to go back up here and mask those. And now the eraser tool is going to come into play. And I'm going to, making this a little smaller, making this a little lighter. And I'm going to just get rid of those rough edges. Make sure I'm in the right. I'm going to combine those layers. Okay. And see how I'm working. It's very light, but also you can start seeing the back from the back of it. But I just don't want those rough layers on there. So we're just gonna get rid of those. And I'm gonna clean up a little bit, light up a little here and there. Like this little hogwork area. There we go. So now we're going to add some text, and I'm going to go back to these handwrittens, and I think what I want to do is, let's do this text. Here we go. And now let's add some lace. So these are little ones that you can add. And let's see if there's anything that sticks out that might look fun on there. So let's do that. Now, I think I want the lace right in here. So I'm going to just put it right there. And then I'm going to grab my erase tool and just lightly, because it's on the same layer, I didn't open a new layer. I'm going to lightly lighten that. And I want the whole thing lightened, so I'm just kind of going over the whole thing. There we go. And I think I'm going to add some lace over here. Let's just go with that one. Kind of combine it all. Okay, now again, I'm just going to lightly go over that. It's taking part of the other off, but that's okay. There we go. Now, if you want to add flowers, you can add flowers, but I like this the way it is. So we're going to squish it all together. And I'm going to close that, move that over. Now here are your 3 different ways to do it. Flowers. They're so fun, so easy. I love using backgrounds, photos as backgrounds because it just adds a different texture. So like paper, when we're layering, it's fun to layer this kind of stuff. So I hope this helps you and inspires you to do some butterflies and Procreate for Ephemera. And then when you print them out, here's a set I did. I just printed those out and they look pretty good. And then by masking, I also made these tags and this pocket. So you can have a lot of fun doing this. If you liked this, give it a thumbs up. Let me know down below if you would like more tutorials this way. And I can do a collage for you guys. I'm still learning, so I don't know all the ins and outs of this program. But it is really fun it's an iPad app. Thanks for joining me. See you guys next time. You're fabulous. Bye.